Before the shepherd, there was a woman who faced a choice: fade away in silent ruin, or fight a spiritual war with the only weapon she had, her wits. Her name was Tamar. Twice death had stolen her husband. Twice the divine hand had judged the wickedness of the sons of Judah. She was a rightful daughter of promise, yet she stood alone, stripped of her purpose. Her only hope, the continuation of her family line, the security of an heir, rested on the promise of her father-in-law, a solemn promise. Sheila, his last remaining son, would be hers when he came of age. But Judah, weary and afraid of the cost of the levirate duty, valued his living son's life over her future. He watched years turn into decades, ignoring the debt he owed her, a debt to God and to his own lineage. Tamar realized the truth. The promise wasn't delayed, it was broken. Justice would not be given, it would have to be claimed. She would not die a forgotten widow. When she heard Judah was traveling to the sheep shearing festival, a season of indulgence and lax morality, Tamar prepared her counterstrike. She veiled herself, adopting the guise of a Kadesha, a sacred woman. Judah, mourning his recently departed wife and blinded by his own desires, saw only an opportunity for distraction. He saw a silhouette, a figure of anonymity. He did not see his daughter-in-law. He proposed a transaction, offering a young goat as payment. But Tamar did not want silver. She wanted leverage. She needed proof. She demanded a pledge of his identity. With this, she secured his essence, his seal, the emblem of his authority, the cord that bound it to his chest, and the staff, the symbol of his household leadership. In exchange for a promise, she took his very public self. Tamar left. She immediately shed her disguise and resumed the clothing of a solemn widow, the proof of her righteous intent hidden beneath the robes of her mourning. When Judah sent his friend Hira to pay the debt and retrieve his valuables, the prostitute was nowhere to be found. Hira's attempts to recover the items were met with confusion and denial. Judah, more concerned with being laughed at than retrieving his identity, let the matter go. "Let her keep them," he declared. He chose reputation over principle. The secret sin was sealed. 3 months later, the truth could not be hidden. Tamar's changing body announced the consequence of the encounter. The whispers reached Judah's ears. "Your daughter-in-law is pregnant by harlotry." Judah, furious and self-blinded by hypocrisy, gave a cold, immediate verdict. The law was clear, the punishment absolute. "Bring her out, and she shall be burned." The same man who just paid for intimacy now condemned his own flesh and blood to the fire. As she was led to her end, Tamar did not scream her defense. She sent a message back to the judge, a simple, devastating inquiry. "I am pregnant by the man who owns these." Then the guard presents the proof, the 3 pledges held up for the crowd and for Judah to see, the symbol of his office, the seal of his identity. The veil of deception was ripped away. Judah saw his sin, his broken vow, and his utter hypocrisy, staring back at him from his own hand. Humbled before his family and the crowd, he finally confessed, "She is more righteous than I, because I did not give her to my son Sheila." Tamar was spared. From this shocking union, twins were born. Zerah and the one who broke forth first, Perez, the breaker of bounds. A new beginning forged through the very scandal meant to destroy her. The scandal and the Savior. Why is this uncomfortable story here? It is to show that God's plan of redemption is never held captive by human failure. He did not work around the sin and the brokenness. He worked through it. The heritage of the Messiah, the lineage of King David, was not preserved by the righteous, but by a cunning widow who fought for her rights and a contrite father who finally acknowledged his fault. Her story calls us to trust that in our deepest shame, in our greatest mistakes, God is still weaving his unbreakable promise. Our broken pieces are simply the platform for his ultimate redemptive glory.